So you know the ones where you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune.
That's my tune.
Hey, I'm Jojo Bean. This is That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Today, the song I'll be reviewing is the Spice Girls' Say You'll Be There. I'm not going to say much right now. Just bask in the pop, bask in being a child again, bask in it all, basking in the nostalgia. And once the song is over, I'll be right back to share my thoughts on why I love the song and so much more. And if you're listening on YouTube, the link of the song is in the description. Don't go anywhere. 25 years ago, the Spice Girls burst onto the scene and their influence is just as strong today as it was back then. Girl power, eh? In fact, there's this really amazing documentary called Spice Girls, How Girl Power Changed Britain. You can find it on All 4. It's like Channel 4's online streaming service. It's a 3-part series that details their journey right from the beginning. For example, I didn't know that they were a manufactured band. You learn so many cool things. So if you want to learn more about the Spice Girls, please go and check it out. Now, Say You'll Be There is my favorite song from the Spice Girls, not just from their debut album, but just in general. And it's not just the song that I love, it's also the visual. I mean, I always imagine myself being the 6th Spice Girl in the desert in a really cool outfit, singing along with them. Yes, even now, nothing has changed. So I'm just going to take a moment to share with you a few elements of the song that I love and a few other things, you know I'll do. So let's get right into it. So a lot of songs these days tend to revolve around loops. You got your 4-bar, 8-bar loop, but Say You'll Be There is not one of those songs. I like a good structure from time to time, and this one has just that. So you got your intro. The first verse is 16 bars. You got the pre-chorus, the favorite part of the song for me, and I'll explain why in just a moment. You got the chorus, a little instrumental break with a few ad-libs here and there. The second verse has 8 bars, another pre-chorus, chorus, harmonica solo, probably my second favorite part of the song. Pre-chorus and then chorus until fade out. Instruments that I noticed: Rhodes or electric piano, if that's like what you like to call it, piano, strings, synthesized bass, a mallet, it sounds like a xylophone, vinyl sound at the beginning. You know, like when you put the vinyl, for those of you who knows about vinyls, records, you know, you put the vinyl on the player and that crackling sound, yeah, it's got that at the beginning. Another synth playing like what I like to call the main melody, you know, that. Yeah, you get the point. Harmonica, like I mentioned a moment ago, on whack guitar, as I like to call it, bells and some percussion. Yes, so that's the instrumental side. There are a few things vocally that I picked up which I really enjoyed. So first of all, in terms of the singing, like melodically, I love it because it's so simple. Like anybody can sing the song. It's not anything difficult or complex. You don't need to be Whitney Houston to sing the song. Sometimes you just like a song that is just simple, you know? So for example, the verse, and this structure is the same for the first and second verse. So for example, in the first half, Emma is singing, there are no BVs. And then when it comes to the second half, which Mel B sings, there's a part where she sings B and there's like a harmony. So, and I never ever thought that would be. So the B, so that higher harmony there. And then there's a part where it's like, this time you gotta take. So when she sings Far Too Much Emotions At Me, 3-part harmony. Yes, you know I love my harmony, so you know I'll pick these things up. The pre-chorus, oh, nice little breakdown here. So here we go. So when they sing But Any, unison, Fool Can See, 2-part harmony, They're Falling, 3-part harmony, I Gotta, unison, Make You Understand, 2-part. And then underneath all of that, you got 3-part harmony of them singing ooh. What enhances the pre-chorus of Say You'll Be There for me is the chord progression. It's so warm, it's so soulful. So you add that with those vocals, winning combination, absolutely winning combination. And just to add, the chorus and the verse, they have the same chord progression. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to structure. Not everything is the same. And, so it keeps the listeners, or it keeps me anyway, interested and entertained. So, yeah. With the chorus, apart from I'm and, which is in unison, everything else is in 3-part harmony. And a nice little contrast that I like is, where they say, I promise everything on this, I swear, just promise you'll always be there. So it's just the drums, there's no other instrument. So it's a nice little contrast from the rest of the song, a nice little break. And I must say, the best part, this will probably be my third favorite part of the song, is like the last few choruses of Say You'll Be There. Why? Because of Mel C's passionate vocals. So passionate. I'm giving you everything, all that you can bring. Yes, I swear. I'm like, yes, Mel C, sing it. Tell them. So those are the few things that I love about Say You'll Be There. That's my favorite song from the Spice Girls. But aside from that, one of the things, or I think the main thing that I love about the Spice Girls is that they've always remained true to themselves throughout. Now, they've been around for 25 years. They were a group, then gone on to do their own thing as individuals, clothing line, radio, releasing their own music, but they've always been consistent with who they are. Unlike a certain individual who used to be in Little Mix. Yeah, we're going there. I mean, think about it. Like Jerry, Victoria, Emma B, Mel C, there was no point where they were trying to imitate Mel B, whether in the group or outside of the group. Do you see what I'm saying? And I must say that I respect this music correspondent for The Independent called Roisin O'Connor. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Roisin O'Connor. She wrote a fantastic article. The headline alone, just listen to the headline. Jessie Nelson's solo career launch is one of the most disastrous in recent memory. My chest. Fam, my chest. Like, imagine your solo career hasn't even started and your own countrymen, your own people have got... Mate, I would just hide somewhere. I would change my name and move to the most remote place in the world. Because, that headline alone had me laughing. No, because this is the thing. For example, I'm not against tan, fake tan, spray tan, whatever. I'm not against white women using it. You want a bit of color, it's all good. I get it. But whereas you're using tan, like several shades darker, to try and give off this racially ambiguous look or to look black, yeah? And then when people call you out in it, you're denying it. And Jessie Nelson's not the first and she will not be the last to do this. There are many other examples, but this one's the most recent one. Like, that's when there's a problem. Do you see what I'm saying? And what I respect about Roisin O'Connor is the fact that she's a white woman and she gets it. She understands why there's such an uproar. I mean, listen to another quote from the article. Dare we even broach the topic of the video? Forget bad. The boys' video is a travesty, a grotesque caricature of what Nelson perceives black culture to be. Yo, listen, this article is a drag, but do you know what? Roisin O'Connor, as much as it is a drag, right? She actually sits down and puts pen to paper and methodically breaks down all the reasons why this solo launch is not it. Roisin O'Connor, shout out to you. Hats off to you. That's what I was meant to say. Shout out to you, honestly. Like, you really said what a lot of people wanted to say or are saying. You articulated it in such a brilliant manner. So back to the point about the Spice Girls. Again, they've always remained true to who they are consistently throughout all these years. And I really respect them for that. And, people like Jessie Nelson and other artists could learn from them. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is true girl power, knowing who you are as a person, whether you're black or white or whatever, and staying true to that. No one is saying don't experiment. Nobody's saying don't try different things, but just make sure you do it properly. Do you see what I'm saying? And if people call you out and be like, okay, you're not handling this properly, don't get defensive. And this is just a general thing, by the way. Like, listen listen, if you're going to imitate a culture or a look or whatever, then make sure you're doing it correctly. And this goes for everyone. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my rant done. So yes, so you'll be there. Favorite from the Spice Girls will always be. If I did another review, it would probably be Spice Girls Is Two Become One. Yeah, I mean the strings alone in that song, oh, heavenly. But yeah, that would be probably be for another day. So that's it from me, folks, for this week. If you enjoyed, please let me know. And as I always say, if you want to know more about the podcast, linktree/TMT_podcast. You'll find Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. If you'd like to email, it's that'smytunepodcast@gmail.com. I'll be back next week with more good content. Until then, listen to this one. Listen to all the other episodes. You know how we do. Bye. Bye.